all you wild serial killer enthusiasts out there. It's your two favorite wild uncles back here for Cinephellas for more 31 Days of Horror.
Oh.
I'm Logan Myers. That's my good mate over there.
I'm Henry Hill, and we are back tonight again for another 31 Days of Horror movie review. This time we're talking about a brand new film, a movie that we were both excited about checking out, had heard a lot of good things about it, had a lot of good buzz, featuring, some actors and actresses that are up and coming, ones that we were excited by. Kyle Gallner, Willa Fitzgerald, they star in this movie. All I knew about it was about a serial killer. That's right. We're talking about the movie directed by J.T. Molnar. It's called Strange Darling.
I want something intimate, something romantic.
Yeah, that's right. This movie played, I think, only a few nights around here, so I missed it at the theater, but luckily I got to watch it at home. Really excited to check this out during the Halloween season. A lot of buzz going around this movie. A lot of people, film festivals been talking about this, Kyle Gallner especially. And of course, JT Molnar being the writer and director of this film. And, it's a short film, hour and 30 minutes. But yeah, I was excited. I saw JT Molnar attached to this as well. We interviewed an actor from his last movie back in 2016, actually, on the Cinephellas website. I sat down with Ben Browder and JT Molnar's film Outlaws and Angels. So let's put a link there. But anyways, this movie really is about one night that goes out of control and it's kind of out of order and it has to do with the serial killer.
Yeah, 6 chapters. I liked how they did that. It was really cool, interesting. They start at like chapter 3 out of order, like you mentioned. So we're with these characters and we're seeing bits and pieces and trying to figure out what's going on here. And it does a good job of keeping it close to its keeping the secrets tight and making you guess what's happening because yeah, when it was revealed about who is actually the killer here, I was very surprised and very happy with this movie. But it's filmed very, very uniquely. We'll say there's a lot of shots where it's just the two characters, Kyle Gallner and Willa Fitzgerald. Willa Fitzgerald, known as the lady, and then you have Kyle Gallner's character, who's just known as the demon. So right there, you kind of get a clue as to who these characters are and what's going on and who's chasing who. And right off the bat, you can tell that they have this relationship going on. They're kind of into each other, so to speak. They end up at this hotel room, and she wants to be dominated basically by the demon, by his character. They have a safe word, so they're fooling around on the bed, getting pretty rough. And then she eventually says the safe word, which I think is like snuffleupagus or something silly like that. So he stops and they, are talking on the bed and everything and figuring each other out. And you kind of can't really tell, by what these characters are saying. Like one seems unhinged one moment, and then the other one will say something that's like equally messed up. So it keeps you guessing as to what's happening. And then it'll just switch chapters to another thing where, there's a car chase. And, I was enjoying this as I watched it. Like I didn't know where it was going to go. And I didn't expect to see Ed Begley Jr. show up either.
Like, what is this, a Portlandia episode or something with Ed Begley Jr. showing up as the hippies? But yeah, it's cool. It's a great movie. Like how it's shot and everything. I like how it's out of order and it keeps you guessing. And the beginning's really not the beginning, and it shows Kyle Gallner's character with the shotgun going after Willa Fitzgerald's character, and then they kind of go back and forth to the night they met at some seedy motel, and she's asking Kyle Gallner's character if he's a serial killer, and then it goes back and forth about their characters, and then their weird kinky sex stuff going on in the hotel room, and fast forward a little bit to her escaping and how that all kind of pans out, essentially meeting these hippies, and it's not what you think. And it has some twists and turns along the way, and it was just really, I thought, unique in that aspect.
Yeah, me too. It's very unique. It reminded me a lot of Natural Born Killers back in the day,
Yeah.
with Juliette Lewis and Woody Harrelson, of course. Had a lot of those kind of same vibes. It was that kind of brutal action in the film too. There's a lot of blood and guts, and they they don't skimp out on the graphic violence in this movie too. Two young actors going back and forth. They both did a phenomenal job, I thought. Like both of the leads were great. Kyle Gallner, we always enjoy seeing him pop up, especially in like horror related movies. This one, he gets to be the star basically, and he does a great job in it. He plays this kind of seemingly psychotic character here, and then you have Willa Fitzgerald, who like gets to do everything in this film. Really, she gets to play kind of both sides, heavy Will. And I'm not very familiar with her before, but I thought she was pretty amazing in this role. She had to go through the ringer in this. By the end of the film, you like really feel like you've went on a journey with this character, and both of these characters really. There's a lot of minor supporting actors and actresses that come up along the way, like we mentioned, Ed Begley Jr. As Frederick, and then Barbara Hershey as Genevieve, and we even see old Stephen Michael Quezada from Breaking Bad show up as a cop towards the end of the film. What more can I say about this? I don't want to give anything else about the plot. I feel like you should watch this movie. Shouldn't say anything more about that, but really, this movie was exciting. It felt like something new and fresh, and reminded me a lot, like I said, of Natural Born Killers, like a new spin on that. An exciting movie, something that we don't see a lot from filmmakers today. We don't see a lot of serial killer movies that don't hold back, and that's what this gave you. It gave you two powerhouse performances. It didn't skip out on the violence and the graphic nature of this volatile relationship between these two. And man, I was pretty blown away by it, I must say.
Me too. I was excited to see this. Had a great time with it. Perfect runtime, an hour and 37 minutes. Doesn't waste any time. Gets to the point. Throws in like a unique story, like you're saying, much like in the same vein as Natural Born Killers. Between these two people here, twists and turns along the way. Hanging out in this hotel and everything that happens to them. And I like the way that the film looks. Cinematography is really fantastic. Which I found out that this is shot on 35 millimeter by actor turned cinematographer Giovanni Ribisi.
That's right.
Huge fan of his. So yeah, really great work in this. Just the way that the movie looks, really compelling, beautiful colors. Just really beautiful looking movie. It really drew me into the film and had a great time with it from start to finish. And a movie we both highly recommend checking out during 31 Days of Horror, the Halloween season. That being said, I'm going to give Strange Darling, I'm going to give it a 4 out of 5 Giovanni Ribisi hair pieces.
That's right. And I too, I'm going to give Strange Darling, I'm going to give it a 4 out of 5 Ed Begley Jr. hair pieces.
So I want to hear from all you psychopaths out there. What did you like about Strange Darling? What didn't you like about it? What's your favorite flick of 2024 thus far? Let us know in the comments below, and don't forget to subscribe. Also, check out these wild ghouls on Facebook, X, and Instagram, and our website, Cinephellas.com, for the latest, greatest TV, movie news, and horror reviews.
Jason Patrick was a narrator. Had no idea. Like you mentioned, you had Giovanni Ribisi involved in it as the DP. I had heard that on Empire Podcasts and I totally forgot. So I'm glad that you mentioned that. Otherwise, we would have totally missed that point. But that's really cool. They were talking about how Kyle Gallner was working closely on set and getting to ask him questions. Like the actors were getting to ask Giovanni Ribisi because he was on set there. So they were getting pointers from him too while he was shooting the movie along with the director. So very cool. We want to hear from you guys when you guys watch this. We hope that you guys enjoy it as much as we do. Please comment, let us know. We love to interact with all you guys. Thank you guys for watching all month long during the 31 Days of Horror. And we're going to be back tomorrow with an all new video. So stay tuned until then. So for the next 31 Days of Horror, I'm Uncle Henry Hill.
And I'm Uncle C.C. DeVille. It was the House of Horrors and the House of Horrors. That's it. Until next time, for 31 Days of Horrors. Cheers.